Hello everyone, I'm Oladas NW here. The 7 days I spent with you for PC. So the game came out today. It's developed by Rare Review Studio and published by Love Story Project, if I'm not mistaken. It's like that. The demo was an interesting one. It's only 7 days that you are, and if I'm not mistaken, there's like choice, and then you get different endings. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like that. And then it's like you need to be like for morning, dusk, and or the morning, evening, and dusk, or something like that. I don't know the order. So yeah, like to with her. It was an interesting game. Of course, it's a visual novel. Of course. The buzzing in my ears gradually faded, and my conscience slowly returned to my body. In front of me was a tightly shut door. Where am I? My whole body felt limp and powerless, like it had no bones. I tried to move, but could barely twitch a finger. It was as if I were bound, unable to move an inch. Who am I? My mind was like a freshly manufactured doll, completely blank. No matter how desperately I tried to remember, my memories had been wiped clean. Nothing came to mind. I stared at my stiff neck to look around. A girl came rushing toward me, stumbling so hard she nearly fell flat on her face right in front of me. You are finally awake. How do you feel? Are you in pain? Does it hurt a lot? Can you hear me? Even though everything was confusing and unfamiliar, I could feel the girl's intense and unnatural fervor directed at me. Was it really okay to just coldly ask her, "Who are you?" But no matter how hard I searched the blank sea of memories, I couldn't find even a trace of who she was. Swallowing nervously, I cautiously asked, "Who are you?" She's like, Just those two words were enough to make the girl's expression collapse, as if the sky itself had fallen or her world had shattered. I can't remember anything. Who am I? Who are you? Where is this place? And what are we to each other? Who am I? Who are you? Where is this place? And what are we to each other? You don't remember me? Of course, there is voice if you like in here. Where is it? In here, you can put voice. Of course. Can increase a little bit. So really, you are joking, right? Why? Is this your way of getting back at me? After everything it took to finally... The girl in front of me was far too close, and I instinctively leaned back to avoid her. Probably I'm gonna let like that. She reads, and I don't need to read to not spam the voice. I don't know how much I could increase. Sound effect. I don't know how much sound effects can be. I'm gonna be honest. The girl stared at me for a while, as if trying to tell if I was lying. Maybe it was because she saw only fear and confusion on my face. Her expression became complicated as she averted her eyes.
我的名字是西罗，我和你从很久很久以前就一直在一起了。这里是我和你的爱巢
The Love Nest。
在这里，我们一起创造了很多珍贵的回忆哦。为了你，我什么都愿意做，因为你是我最重要的人。
But you cannot get out because I remember when you try to get out, she doesn't let.
如果离开了你，我会活不下去的。所以，请像曾经一样。 在这里，和我一直
forever and ever.
一起吧。
Although her words were unsettling, the maniac look in her eyes had faded. The girl in front of me now looked as harmless and as an ordinary little girl. I let down my guard just a little and moved on my stiff arms, which were bound to by something like paper. Since she said she'll do anything for me, I tentatively asked in a small voice, "If that's the case, could you maybe let me go so I can go outside?"
不可以的，只有这个，我绝对不允许，我绝对不会放开你的手了。外面的世界很危险，所以，我不会放你踏出这一步的。这里不会有任何危险，也不会有任何碍事的人，是我和你共同的家，是世界上最安全的，所以请和西罗永远。
Never, 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 never.
永远，永远，永远，永远，永远，永远，永远待在一起吧。就算世界终结，也要和我永远在一起啊。
Shiro's sweet voice felt like it was laced with poison. With every word she uttered, my heart sank deeper. This woman is dangerous, mentally unstable. That's the conclusion my instincts reached. For now, it's best not to anger her. I need to keep her calm and try to extract information slowly. Besides, I truly don't have any memories at all. I can't even tell if what she says is true or false. Many of the things she says sound like unfamiliar words to me. Their meanings were like scattered puzzle pieces, difficult to assemble, impossible to truly understand. Thinking too deeply leads nowhere. For now, I'll just have to let it go. I understand. She seemed completely immersed in her own world, oblivious to my restrained body and the forced calm in my voice, wearing the expression of a girl madly in
果
love.
然是你的话，一定不会拒绝的。
It's like, fuck that. I'm not gonna anger her. Day one.
对不起啊，刚才我只想着自己，失去了记忆，还和我这样的人共处一室，你一定很害怕，很不安吧？真的非常对不起。其实我把你关在这里是迫不得已，所以请不要讨厌我，好吗？
Why did you really do this? Is this how you treat is this how you treat important someone you? No, it should be. Is this how you treat someone important to you? My weak boy, could it also be because of her? Does my amnesia have something to do with her? I'm afraid to ask. All these abstract concepts are tangled in my mind like a ball of yarn, with no loose end to grab.
这是为了保护你，无论发生什么事，我都会保护你的。
Protect? What kind of protection is
这
this?
就是我保护你的方式呀。这里是安全的地方，所以你只要待在这里就好。我会把伤害你的事物全部打倒的。
She always dodges the question and avoids giving real answers. It's impossible to have a proper conversation with her. Now, for some reason, my body feels more and more exhausted, as even the strength to speak is slipping away. I sigh and say nothing more.
虽然想要和你一刻也不分离，但是抱歉，我现在必须出门一趟，要乖乖待在这里，不要乱动哦。我会很快回来，不让你寂寞太久的。
By the way, how the hell do you eat? How the hell she has money, right? She hurriedly unlocked the door and left without waiting for my reply. Locked the door. And I clearly heard the sound of the door being locked behind her. Now will be the time to search the room or try to escape, but my body was far too exhausted, so weak that I could barely move a finger. Yet the tension in my nerves kept me from falling asleep. All I could do was close my eyes and pretend to rest. It's like, right, but she doesn't work to get money. It's like how it works. How the hell they have money to eat? This is rain. The concept of rain surfaced in my mind, and the air seemed to grow damp. I slowly opened my eyes. The room was unusually dim, casting gloomy shadows by the rainy weather outside. Just as I was thinking where the woman had gone, I heard the sound of the door opening again. She hadn't brought an umbrella, complete soak, her figure looked pitiful under the downpour, but her eyes that looked onto mine were frighteningly bright, overflowing with an unspeakable fervor. In the overwhelming sound of the rain, we faced each other in silence. It was as if the world had narrowed down to just the two of us. I don't know how long we stayed like that, but eventually, as if waking from a dream, she came back to her senses.
对不起，我得去洗个澡，稍微等我一下啊。这种时期，感冒了就麻烦了，最近我一定要保持健康才行。
I've gotten used to her talking to herself as if it were a conversation. But isn't the door open? Run. Right, the door is open, you could take this chance to run away. With my body bound, all I could do was listen to the sounds of her entering a room behind me, doors opening and closing, the rustling of clothes, and finally the sound of running water. Doesn't even move.
佳佳，满血复活，等很久了吧？是不是等得很无聊？对了，不如我们来聊聊天吧。我们两个以前经常在晚上聊天，这个时间
Pre-bed
是
time
只属于我们的睡前聊天 time 哦。
Alright then. It was kind of boring, I have no clue what's going on. And maybe I do want to talk to someone, even if the woman in front of me seems a little mentally unstable. And honestly, she doesn't seem like a great conversation
让
partner.
我想想，我们来聊点什么
So
呢
I'm？gonna put the mouse over there.
今天的主题由我来定可以吗？我有一些话想要对你说。其实，因为你忘记了我，那些我和你曾经的共同幸福回忆，现在就只有我还记得。你与我共度的时光，是我最重要的、不可替代的宝物哦。只有你的身边，才是我的归宿。但是，就算失去了记忆，你也还是你。就算只有我自己记得，我爱着你的全部。现在，希洛只需要你。
Oh, I love you. Could it be that we are only ahead?
没有什么能从我身边把你夺走了。
Is that what it happens in the end?
就算要被全世界驱赶，我也要和你永远在一起。能够和你在一起，这就是我的幸福。
I thought she's whispering words of love to me. I feel like I can't get a word in. Alright, I don't know how to respond to this overwhelming emotion. No miracle app, and my mind is still blank without any flash of memory. So despite facing overwhelming love, it feels like I'm watching a first-person performance.
对了，只要你能够再次爱上我不就好了吗？这样的话，我们就还是像以前一样。
Like before.
对不起，我知道，我并不值得你喜欢。
Probably it's gonna be like that.
你一定已经受够我了，想要快点逃离我的身边吧。如果我们没有相遇就好了。对，如果你还留有记忆的话，一定会这么想，然后一定会对我越来越幻灭。我们的相遇本来就是错误吧？我这种人，存不存在都没有区别。我知道的。 从很久以前我就一直拖你的后腿，总是给你添麻烦。我是世界上最差劲的人，离开我的话，你一定会过得更好、更幸福。我这种人消失掉就好了，对不起。
Jesus. It's really hard to get used to how fast their moves switch. You...
不过没关系，
Are you okay?
现在你又在我的身边了，你会一直在我身边的，对吧？
She asked it like that, and as if avoiding my answer, she immediately changed the subject.
突然想起，以前听说过有个实验，好像是叫做对视8秒定律的一种心理学概念，似乎是说，当两个人对视8秒钟，可能会产生强烈的情感联系，甚至可能会坠入爱河，感觉有些浪漫呢。你可以和我试一试吗？
Sure. We don't want to anger her.
怎么样？有没有心动的感觉？
Why are you looking at me with such an unexpected yet carefully hidden expression? We say yes. Not to anger
明
her.
明脸上一点笑容都没有，你还是像以前一样不擅长撒谎呢。我该怎么做，才能让你像曾经一样对我露出笑容呢？告诉我吧。
Stay silent, sorry.
为什么你要道歉呢？明明这不是你的错。也许这是我应得的惩罚，该道歉的是我才对。对不起，你很累了吧？对不起啊，缠了你这么久。那今天我们就早点休息吧。
So what I'll do is sleep. She seemed to sense my gaze and looked
我在
up.
写日记。哦，就是在笔记本上记录每天发生的事件和心情。当下的心情可是很珍贵的，一定要好好记录下来才行。
After writing for a while, she nodded slightly, put away the notebook, and curled up in the corner of the
那
sofa.
么
Oh, so we sleep on the sofa with her? Oh no, she's on the sofa, but where are we? Although she lay down on the sofa, it didn't seem like she was planning to sleep. Her face was turned in my direction, eyes shining as she stared intently over here, making me feel a bit creeped out. Even if I turned my head away, trying not to look at her, it was impossible to ignore that intense presence. This girl talks about love all the time, yet won't even tie me so I can sleep more comfortably. But I didn't have the energy to deal with her anymore. I just drifted off to sleep like that. If only I could regain my memories when I wake up. If only I could wake up and find that everything that happened today was just a dream. My body had already reached its limits. As if being dragged forcefully into the depths of darkness, I prayed silently in my heart and slowly lost consciousness. Well, at least he says that he's tied up. They chew. So probably now is when you have the 3 different parts of the day. My body feels so tired. Even opening my eyes feels impossible, like I'm drowning alone in a bottomless black ocean. My consciousness struggles in the darkness, unable to return to my body. My conscious struggles in the darkness, unable to return to my body. Other than the fact that I still exist here, I can sense nothing else. It feels like someone is calling out to me. Following that voice, my conscience slowly returns to my body. I weakly move my little finger and finally open my eyes. The blurry silhouette in front of me gradually sharpened. The strange girl from yesterday was staring at me intently. It seemed that my prayer before bed last night hadn't worked. My mind was still blank and I couldn't remember anything. And this crazy girl in front of me, who knows what she might do next? I sighed, wanting nothing more than close my eyes and escape this reality.
太好了，你终于醒过来了！之前不管怎么叫你都没有回应，吓死我了！真是的，不管怎样。赖床到下午也有些过分吧。
So it's afternoon? Ah, indeed, the small room was bathed in the crimson light of dusk. Clearly, I had slept for a long time. A wave of embarrassment washed over me as I realized I had been caught slacking. My groggy thoughts began to resume as I suddenly noticed how close she was, almost pressing her face against mine. Unable to speak, I quietly moved back.
对不起，你还在害怕我吗？
I don't even deserve the right to be afraid, do I? Normally angry and unstable parts isn't twice, but just waking up and crying I had let my complete sleep out. Oddly, it made me feel a bit better. Since she hadn't directed me beyond confining me, I stood firmer. She didn't seem offended, which boosted my resolve.
对不起，这绝非我的本意，对不起。但是，把你关在这里真的是为了你好，因为外面实在是太危险了。这个我不能说。
She still dodged the question, avoiding the core issue. How am I supposed to trust you?
我是绝对不会伤害你的。
Why she doesn't tell what
只要你能够
then
相信这一点就
why
好。
can't let us go outside? Of
这
course.
是理所当然的。
I tried dredging up fuzzy memories as I pressed on. Family. Wait, do I even have family? Are they okay?
你在说什么呀？
Oh
你的
god.
家人就是我呀，怎么回事？突然像以前一样关心我，我都有点害羞了呢。
Probably should have said the friends.
你看，我很好呀，只要能和你待在一起，我就好得不得了呢。为什么不说话呢？难道你不想和我在一起吗？为什么？我有哪里做的不好吗？明明只有我会永远陪在你的身边。不要讨厌我，不要抛弃我，求求你了！
If you want me not to hate you, then let go of me
不
first.
行，要是解开，你又要逃到我找不到的地方去了。绝对不允许这种事再次发生。我明白了，你就是想从我身边逃
Don't
走。
anger her.
为什么总是这样？为什么要离开我？为什么？
She's completely insane, so I really can't afford to let my guard down. Looking at the hysterical lunatic in front of me, a chilling fear of doing no crept into my heart, knowing communication was futile. I just hoped she would calm down so return to some semblance of sanity. At the very least, please don't suddenly pull out a yap and stab me.
你是想要和我永远在一起的，这不是我一个人的希望，对吧？
She looked at me, a storm of chaotic emotions swirling in her pupils.
谢谢。
Don't anger her. You never know what she has.
哎呀，一不注意，天都黑了，快到今天的聊天时间了呢。
As she gone back to normal, her emotional shifts are as abrupt as ever. The dangerous hair around her vanished in an instant, and she smiled as if nothing had happened at all. But I couldn't shake the lingering fear, so I kept my mouth shut and listened
今
quietly.
天来聊聊曾经，聊聊过去的事，你说不定能想起来什么呢？
I admit the topic does pique my interest, but after spending 2 days before, I figured out at least one thing. Nothing truly important ever comes out of her mouth.
那我开始讲了。话说，你知道吗？我对你可是一见钟情哦，你就像是我的半身，几乎在我有记忆的时候，我们就在一起了。不对，其实可以说，因为大脑的保护机制，遇到你之前的事情，几乎都被我选择性遗忘了吧。能够模糊记起的，只有被打到遍体鳞伤，躺在地上看着月亮，静静等待死亡的记忆。不过已经没关系啦，痛苦的记忆已经被和你一起的幸福记忆覆盖掉了。从相遇的那一天开始，你就拯救了我。是真的呀，只有我的爱，请你不要否认哦。因为有你在，我才有活着的意义。即使能被你带走，我就已经比很多人都幸运了。但你给了我更多的东西。第一次见到你的时候，你说我的表情就像失去了一切希望一样死。现在我能正常的露出笑容，都是因为你的关系。你拉着我的手，对我说，讨厌的记忆覆盖掉就好了，所有幸福的回忆都是你带给我的。遇到你之后，我才觉得我真正的活着。从那以后，我度过的每一天都快乐、温暖，这些新鲜的情绪在你的身边才能感受到，好像在遇到你之后，我的世界才开始转动一样。你对我就是这么的重要哦。
Is that so? Or rather, the person I used to be is being confessed to like this, yet I feel nothing real. What has she been through? But every time I consider changing the way I treat her, the confinement of my body immediately drags me back to reality.
还有啊，我们一起战斗的时候，对，战斗，可能对你来说很突然吧。不过我们曾经并肩作战啊，我们配合的相当默契啊。前辈也说，从没见过像我们这样心有灵犀的搭档呢。
Senior?
你很在意吗？不可以啊，不可以在我面前提别的人呢。你可是我的东西哦。下次再这样的话，我就要惩罚
Do
你了。
not talk about someone else.
嘿，不说话了吗？我还挺期待惩罚环节呢。果然，你还是像以前一样怕痛吗？你明明很害怕疼痛，但是战斗很危险，你总是受伤，就是因为你受了很严重的伤，所以为了不再让你受伤，我只好把你关起来了。
Not getting hurt because of fighting. Choosing to imprison someone just to protect them from getting hurt sounds completely absurd. But this woman's mind never did work in normal ways. Fighting, is this war really that
不过
dangerous?
没关系，很快就没事了，再稍微忍耐一下就好了。对我来说，除了你，其他一切都不重要。所以，请相信我， 我会为了你毁掉所有的障碍，就算付出我的全部哦。
This woman is far too twisted. I should take some time to process all this new information, but my thoughts are starting to slow again, and my body is growing sluggish. In short, even though I just woke up around dusk, I'm already getting sleepy again. If what she says is true, my body is trying to repair itself through sleep after some injury. Could my amnesia also be from an injury?
好像很困的样子。那今天就到这里吧，我们明天再继续聊天好了。虽然还想和你更加深入的了解彼此，虽然你还是什么都没想起来，不过没关系，我们还有很多时间呢。早点休息吧，晚安。
The problem is why it is 7 days. As I watch her walk over the couch and pull out that familiar diary from between the cushions, my cautions ended there. Like someone cutting the power, the world went dark once again. Okay, day 3. I think the demo was 4 days. I think, but I could be wrong. It could be 5. I think it was 4. I think 5 will be too much. When I felt my consciousness returning to my body, some memories from yesterday also came back to me. My physical condition today seems much better than yesterday, and my mind is clearer. At least, before opening my eyes, my brain was already functioning normally. After making some mental preparation, I opened my eyes just to sleep to observe my surroundings. She was already there. Through that blurry sleep, I saw her sitting in front of me just like yesterday, waiting for me to wake up. Give me a break.
哎呀，你醒了？
She really staring at me without blinking. Even the slightest movement didn't escape her eyes. Isn't there anything else you could be doing besides staring at me like that?
有是有，但是看着你是最重要的事情呀。我注视你一整天都不会乏味呢，因为我满脑子都是你呀。你今天起床比昨天早多了呢，睡得好吗？身体感觉如何？
Yeah, I feel much better.
如果你说把我放开就会更舒服这种话，我可要生气了。
I had no choice but to swallow the words I was about to
好
say.
乖好乖，你的状态确实看着比之前好很多，太好了，再好好休养休养，快快恢复吧。对了，你有想起些什么吗？
It's been 3 days since I lost my memory, yet I still can't recall anything about myself. The only thing I know for sure is that I exist here. I can only follow her lead. All clues come slowly from her words. It's truly instantly. No.
这样啊，没关系，总有一天你会想起我的，我是这样认为的啦。
Just after she said that, she let out a yawn. That's when I noticed a slight dark circles under her eyes, and now she looked more tired than yesterday, like she hadn't had enough sleep. Are you sleepy?
因为很早就起床守着你了嘛。
I never asked you to do that.
是我自己决定的啦。
Not bothering to respond to her, my thoughts drifted off on their own. Wanting to soothe my unease, I began imagining what would happen if I escaped from here. But if I did get out, what could I even do? What would I want to do? Having lost my memory, I felt like a hollow shell without a soul.
你在想些什么呀？脸色很不好看啊。对了，我
A phone? Whose call is that? Strangely, the moment I heard the ringtone, I remembered the name of the device that made that sound. I reached into my pocket, completely empty. Of course, she won't leave a communication device on me. Without saying a word, she took the phone and walked into the back room, closing the door behind her. I could only hear fragments bits of her conversation. Thought I could not hear the details, and uneasy feeling crept up on me. I tried to catch more of the conversation, but she had already hung up and come back out, staring at me silently. You sure love staring at me. Who was that just now? Could it be family, mother, father, brother? Suspicious. I remember her threat from yesterday about not matching other people, so I was kept my mouth shut. But she spaced it out, as even if I had asked her, she wouldn't have heard me. Compared to her erratic mood swings, this quiet moment was much more tolerable. I too began to relish the rare tranquility, yet this peace felt like the calm before a storm, stirring up a faint unease within. Okay, it's already night. The dusk. Is it dusk that you say, or can you say it's better to say evening, right?
今天我们也来聊聊天吧。
The evening passed and nothing,
你想聊些什么
and
呢？
it's already the
今
chat
天的主
time.
题由你定吧。
I needed to get more close without angering her. In the end, only that topic felt safe. Then tell me more about me.
好呀，
Alright then, please tell me.
是我最爱的人哦。
That's not really an answer, is it?
那我再想想，你是美好、耀眼、纯粹的人哦。
Please turn off the rose-tinted filter.
真是的，这可不是滤镜啊。
I sighed internally and I actually hoped to extract useful info from talking to her. Communicating with her was pointless. I already knew that. Even though I started showing disinterest, she was still immersed in her romantic delusion, chattering away on her own.
虽然你不记得了，但是和你待在一起的每分每秒，我都记得清清楚楚哦。在休假的时候，我们曾经一起去过水族馆。 一起走过长长的海底隧道，一起去过游乐园，一起坐过旋转木马和摩天轮运行的时候，微微晃动。你抱住了害怕的我，当时我忍不住自私的想，一起死在那里，好像也没什么不好呢。偶尔，我们也会一起看电影，在漆黑的电影院偷偷牵手。 我们还一起去看过大海，在海边散步，捡贝壳，堆沙堡，在海滩上坐着看落日和月亮和星辰。我很喜欢大海，当然啦，我最喜欢的是和你一起去看大海。大海会掩盖一切秘密。 会让人暂忘不安定的现实，内心平静下来，感觉就像灵魂的归宿呢。
The ocean, huh? She couldn't describe the sea we supposed saw together. Its crystal reflection of the sky, its vastness stained crimson, its calm, star-filled stillness. I pictured those scenes from her words, but it turned into a romantic story session again. She really adored that past me and the time we spent together. Huh? Sadly, I still couldn't relate to the person she described. It all felt like someone else's story. Did I really love her once? Were those memories even real? Could they have been fabricated to deceive me?
对了，你看，这些发饰也是你送给我的，是你专门挑选给我的，因为我最喜欢这种花。
These stars, they actually suit her quite well. If I really did give her those, I guess Dilmy had decent taste. For once she spoke of something tangible, not just abstract praise. It felt like I caught a small glimpse of who I might have been. Did I, or rather the previous me, ever give you anything else?
我喜欢园艺和读书，你会送给我花和书籍，还会仔细研究花语，非常非常细心哦。
Flower meanings.
还有就是。 那个方面，你也很厉害的哦。
What aspect?
还能是什么呀？为什么明知故问呀？我们都是这种关系了，那种事情当然也做过了。真的很厉害呢。
What kind of memories is this guy lost in again? Someone who can say these things without batting an eye is pretty impressive too. Though it still feels a bit baffling. If what you say is true, then I guess Dolmy was pretty decent.
那是当然啦，而且并不只是还不错的人而已，你是值得深深爱着的超棒的恋人。
Got it. I guess even now I'm not allowed to say anything bad about that guy, huh?
没错，当然，我也是会认真准备给你的礼物，时时刻刻陪在你身边的。在以前的你眼里，我会不会也是很棒的恋人呢？不对，我一定是最差劲的恋人了。我这种人消失掉该有多好。
And there she goes again. I think I found a way to get along with her for now. Go along with her mood, or whether that means offering some kind of words or just being gentle. Even though I hate the idea of yielding to her, for the sake of my own safety, it seems necessary.
谢谢。
She looked down and stopped talking. What happened? So she was just tired. Compared to the past few days, I was feeling much more energetic today. Just when I wanted to keep talking and ask her more things, she suddenly started getting sleepy
对
early.
不起啊，今天好困啊，可能真的因为起床太早了。
Then don't wake up so early, just watch me sleep for some weird reason.
那可不，我不想浪费和你相处的时间，哪怕1秒钟。
If you wake up early and then sleep early because you are tired, isn't the total time we spend together still the same?
为什么一脸无奈的样子呀？没办法嘛，因为我太喜欢你了嘛。那么，晚安啦。
I watch her walk towards Sophie in the days like a wandering ghost drained by sleepiness. She hastily scribbled in her diary, curled up in a ball and lay down with her eyes closed. In no time her breathing became calm and steady. She seemed to have fallen fast asleep. When she's asleep and quiet like this, she actually looks pretty cute. But she's still a dangerous kidnapper. Thinking of her as cute so casual is probably way too relaxed. At least when she's asleep, she won't suddenly snap like she does when she's wake up. Maybe not. As I let my thoughts drift aimlessly, she suddenly muttered, "I love you so much." Just sleep talking, huh? That startled me enough to shake off some of my sleepiness. I carefully observed her in the moonlight for a while, confirming that she was really sound asleep, then tried moving my body, hoping to explore while I had the chance. But whether it was from sitting too long or my body still not fully recovered, I found it difficult to even stand up, let alone move freely. It was such a good opportunity, I felt a bit disappointed. But I was simply too weak, so I had no choice but to try falling asleep too early again to continue recovering. I emptied my mind, trying not to dwell on my frustrated situation. Accompanied by her deep, steady breathing, I stared blank at the empty hallway for a long while, finally managed to feel sleeping again. I closed my eyes and slowly drifted into sleep. Okay, day 4. I regained consciousness. I feel even more refreshed than yesterday. Seems like my body full is really recovering, right? Where is she? The persistent shadow that used to squat my side is gone. It should be something to celebrate, yet I feel strangely uneasy. Habits are terrifying things. Turning my gaze, I saw her curled up on the sofa. So she's still asleep, and she's still in exactly the same position as last night, facing toward me. She sure sleeps soundly. Using all my strength, I tried to break free from whatever was binding my wrists. But even thought it looked like paper, it didn't budge an inch. I wanted to stand up and move around, but I was afraid she would wake up and see me. Better save some energy for now. With nothing to do, I stared at her sleeping face again. Just yesterday she was the one watching over me, waiting for me to wake up. And now it's my turn.
早上好。
She skillfully leaned her face closer to mine. Hey, you. Don't push her. Just as she was about to touch me, she suddenly snapped back to reality.
对不起，对不起，我大概是睡昏头了。真的。
Look, girls like that, she sees that we didn't push her back. Who knows? She trusts her more. No, it's fine. Are you okay? You don't look so well. Are you feeling unwell? She suddenly lit up, and I could almost see her tail wagging behind her.
是在关心我吗？我好开心啊！果然，不是我的错觉。不管怎样，不管是否记得我，也还是你啊。至于我的身体，不用担心哦，只是有点着凉了而已。我去洗个热水澡就好了，这样应该能舒服一些吧。
The problem is that you can never see your body. Oh, it's already evening. You know, you never see. She even started humming while showering. Can someone really get this happy just from being shown a bit of concern? But now, my chance. My wrist being bound doesn't prevent movement, and my body is recovering enough to move a short distance. We are getting closer to the door. So we have legs. I slowly made my way to the door and reached out my stiff hands toward the doorknob.
不可以哦，不可以这么不乖。
She was pretending? How did she find out? Is there a surveillance camera installed here? But I checked thoroughly. No way, she was in the bathroom. How could she have seen the camera? By the camera. The sound of water splashing on the floor still echoes from the distance. Yet she's standing here, dripping wet, staring at me with a muddled, intense gaze. Everything happened so suddenly. I felt like I was in a daze.
这么想逃走吗？我不是说过，外面很危险。
Oh, I forgot.
因为是第一次，所以我还是会原谅你了。不过，如果再有下次的话，不如由我亲手杀了你。所以不要再想逃离这里了。我希望这是最后一次了。
Could it be like a robot where she passed the memories of someone that she loved and tries to see if they can remember? After leaving those final words, she turned and walked away, leaving me frozen in place. Only then I realized I had nearly forgotten to breathe. I gulped down air desperately, so fast I started choking. A metallic taste rose from the depths of my throat. Staring blankly at the faint watered handprint she left on the wooden door, I finally began to feel afraid, because I'd never been more certain that she meant every word. I let my guard down too much. I almost got deceived again by her appearance and sweet words. This woman is truly, undeniably insane. I wonder what kind of mood she is now. Will she do something extreme? Head lower, I listened nervously to the sound of her approaching footsteps, walking on eggshells.
早点这样不就好了吗？真是的，就这么想逃离我的身边吗？明明是你把我带回家的，要负起责任啊！不要这么沉默呀，说点什么吧。
She urged me, maybe because of fear, but her tone doesn't sound as light and airy as before. But I have to say, this makes her seem more like a real kidnapper. I start forming my words. Today's chat time is over, right?
这么一说，确实呢。你这么积极，真是难得呀。我很开心哦。不过，为什么不看着我呢？不用这么不好意思。大可以大
After
大
that,
方
how
方
can
的
you even look at her?
不如说，请一直注视着我吧，只注视我一个人，不然我会很寂寞的。那今天聊点什么好呢？不想再次在你嘴里听到我不想听的讨厌的话了。果然，还是听我来说吧。啊，对了，前几天和你说过，我喜欢园艺。刚才路过卧室，看到了我们以前一起看过的宣传页。
Flyer.
哦，稍等，我去拿来哦。我回来了，江江，就是这张。看到它之后，你能想起来什么吗？
By the way, let me save. Remember something.
这样啊，没关系。你看，被画上圈的花，是我选择的。
This flower is what she's using.
我们的婚礼上会用的花哦。
Huh? We've gotten that far already? If what she says is true, to have promised a lifetime with someone like this, the old me must have been something
当
else.
时你说选择花，就交给喜欢花的我决定就好，所以我选了我最喜欢的花，是想在婚礼和葬
And
礼上
funeral? Goddamn.
都摆上的那种喜欢哦。不过，我也很想知道你会选择什么。婚礼在你选择的花与我选择的花汇成的花的海洋举行，只是还没有问出口，你就忘记了一切。所以看到他的时候，就忍不住想问问，如果是你， 会选择什么花呢？排除我的选择后，这页剩下的花朵按照顺序分别是玫瑰、百合、无尽夏。
Following my instinct, my choice is Rose, Lily, Endless Summer. Endless Summer.
我也很喜欢这种花哦，谢谢你选择它。抱歉。
I don't know if it matters or not. This one where you choose.
不行了，明明只和你说了一点点话，和你在一起的时间总是不太够用。那今天就到这里了，晚安。
She stared at me silent for a while longer, then sighed as if giving up.
今天也没有和我互道晚安呢。
She muttered soft as she walked away. Was she actually hoping for that to happen? How ridiculous. After being scared half to death by her, saying goodnight so tenderly like lovers should only be something a madman will do. I finally breathed a sigh of relief once she left. My nerves could finally relax. But how did she know I was planning to escape when she was in the shower? Do we have some sort of psychic link or something? If she really knows my every move, escape will be next to impossible. Looks like my only option is to target her, convince her, touch her heart, and persuade her to let me go. To be honest, if I go along with her whims, she seems pretty happy, but the tiniest misstep and I'll set off one of her landmines. Just the thought of having to communicate with someone that mentally unstable gives me a headache. What on earth am I supposed to do from now on? By the time I came back to my senses, I could already hear her steady breathing from the sofa. Looks like she fell asleep while I was untangling this mess in my head, but I didn't dare to move around carelessly anymore, because when she said, "Try that again and I'll kill you," it didn't sound like a joke. Now that I've relaxed, I'm feeling sleepy too. Ever since chasing me down and ended my escape attempt, I've been walking on eggshells, terrified of setting her off again. Thinking about it more won't change anything now. Better to get some rest and wait for my chance. But how the hell could you even escape? You need to untie yourself first, then she knows when you're gonna escape. Day 5. It's like, how the hell can you even try to escape? An ambulance? My brain hasn't fully rebooted yet. All I can tell is that some strange sound pulled me out of my sleep. I vaguely hear someone retching. Who is that? Is it an ambulance or like a police? I could see it clearly. She could barely hold her expression. Is she sick? Her right arm to her hand was wrapped quickly in bandage. Could she be injured? I remember her saying something about fighting. Did she go out to fight while I was asleep? The wound looked serious. Could something dangerous be happening outside? Are you okay? How did you get hurt? What happened? Could it be because she did something and that's why we heard like an ambulance?
对不起，抱歉。虽然听上去很奇怪，你可以牵着我的手吗？
Why is he suddenly, but looking at her so pitiful? Alright, I reached out my hand. She hesitated and softly held mine, like she was holding something precious. Her grip was so light, it felt like a feather in my palm. Sometimes she's aggressive and crazy, even threatening my life. Other times she's just like a normal girl, seeking comfort by holding someone's hand. It's too strange. Okay, evening passed, we are at night. A loud knock suddenly startled me. She didn't even flinch, as if she hadn't heard it. Who is it? Whoever it is seemed to be getting impatient. The banging grows louder.
不要出声，门外的是要破坏我们幸福的危险存在。如果你出声的话，会很麻烦啊。
It will be bad. How the hell will it be bad? Probably someone trying to save us, right?
请你相信我，求求你。
Her tone was almost pleading. Should I trust her? I'm gonna trust. cooler injuries mean there is real danger outside. For my own safety, maybe I should listen for now. I held my breath. Maybe they thought no one was inside. I realized she wasn't going to open the door. The banging finally stopped. Is it over?
应该没事了。谢谢你愿意相信我。今天的事吓到你了吧？为什么想要和你一起拥有平静的、普通的幸福生活都办不到呢？
This situation isn't anything but normal or peaceful.
也是呢，总是会有想闯入我们的世界，破坏我们幸福的事物。不过没关系，马上就结束了，再坚持一下。总有一天，你会知道的。总之，我会结束这一切的，请再等我一下。
What are you going to do? How will you end it? What are you even talking about? I don't understand at all. You say you love me, but your actions make no sense. You lock me up here and tell me nothing. What the hell are you doing? Don't say it's for my sake. I don't buy it. The fear from my memory loss and anxiety I couldn't shake exploded like a balloon stretched to its limit. I couldn't hold back anymore and let all my emotions out at her. How am I supposed to trust you? What exactly are you trying to do? What are you fighting against?
通俗一点讲的话，
Evil
是
spirits?
恶灵。
What? Evil spirits?
我和你曾经一起
Huh?
做除灵师，
Exorcists? She finally gave me a straightforward answer, and I didn't know how to process
对
it.
失去记忆的你来说很难理解，对吧？
How you know if it's true or not?
一直语焉不详，因为我觉得这些事，现在的你不需要了
She
解。
could be lying.
但是有些事情，果然还是应该向你坦诚。
But I don't feel like I have any special powers. I couldn't even break free from her
之前
strength.
说过了，这是因为你受伤了。现在的你失去了记忆，
Well, it will make sense if you lost spirit power,
外面
right?
很凶险，
If you don't have the power, you can't release, you are not strong.
有人在追杀你。
Even if what you're saying is true, you didn't have to lock me up like this. Let me go.
绝对不行，
Why are your words and actions always so
只有这个绝
contradictory?
对不可以。我之前说过，你把世界上所有幸福都给了我，所以我也想让你能获得同等的幸福。只剩下你我二人的世界，对你来说不是幸福的吗？好吧，我会放开你的，但是在我要把伤害你的东西全部消灭之后。今天的事你也看到了，外面的世界
But we don't even see if it's dangerous or not.
我不想让你再受伤，所以把一切都交给我就好。抱歉，不能告诉你更多的事。对不起，你应该意识到了，我向你隐瞒了很多。我也承认，我还怀有不能说出口的目的，但是不会加害你是真实的，我对你的爱也是真实的，请你相信我。
As I thought, I still can't trust you. Wanna say, I believe you.
谢谢你，总有一天，总有一天，当一切都尘埃落定的时候，到那时，我会把一切都告诉你。我想起我很喜欢的一本童话书，讲述主角和朋友坐上了银河铁道列车，去往未知的世界。如果我也能和你两个人逃到谁也找不到的地方就好了。不痛哦，可能因为伤口的关系， 有点发烧。谢谢你关心我，不好意思，突然说了些丧气的话。不过我确实有些累了，抱歉。今天我就早些睡下了，晚安。
We've just been through no dangers together. It felt like we'll grow a bit closer. Is this Stockholm Syndrome or the suspension breach effect? Strange terms suddenly popped into my head. Even though she revealed a bit of information, I still felt like she was hiding something. But maybe because she looked so weak and pitiful, I couldn't bring myself to press her further. Why are people trying to kill me? Why would anyone want to kill me? What exactly is she hiding from me? Why is she smiling in her sleep? That's just weird. Night has just fallen, yet she's drifted so off so quickly. She must really be exhausted. Staring blankly at her, my mind wandered aimlessly, and drowsiness slowly overtook me. Day 6. We still don't remember nothing? Goddamn. I smelled something damp in the air. Did it rain? Well, she's not in front of us. Oh, she locked the door? Oh no, she came through the door. She already has bandage in both arms. The person before me lowered her head, hiding her expression. Her right leg and left arm were wrapped in bandage. Looked like she could fall apart any second. She looked even more miserable than yesterday. What happened to you? Yeah, she already asked to in there.
我还想牵着你的手，可以吗？
I hesitated to reach out my hand, only to inwardly mock myself for how naturally I responded.
谢谢你，晚安。
She held my hand, then lay down beside me. Sleeping face rested near out our intertwined hands. Her gentle breath on the back of my hand made it feel like it was burning. I didn't dare to make a sound, afraid of waking her up. Wait, why am I being so gentle to her? But now that she's so weak, indeed, I can't go any further. Yet I can't harden my heart to take advantage of her in this vulnerable state. This is exactly why I'm feeling so tormented and anguished. My body was starting to go numb when she finally stirred and slowly woke up. She really slept for a long time. I finally got the chance to pull my hand back and stretch.
都这个时间了，睡太久了，抱歉。谢谢，好久没有睡这么舒服的觉了。
What part of this is comfortable? Sleeping on the floor?
因为在你身边睡觉是最安心的。
You should wake up from your memories. But to me, who's lost his memory and the one from before, those are two different people, right? I believe my memory shapes personality.
不是的，我之前说过，你就是你。我现在也是这么认为。经过这几天的相处，就更加确定了。果然，无论有没有记忆，就算再不喜欢我，被我强行抓着睡觉的时候，都没有抽回手。 害怕把我吵醒，我喜欢这样温柔的你。
You really do like me, huh?
最喜欢了。
For once, hearing her say that didn't make me feel particularly resistant. Maybe it was the twilight atmosphere, or perhaps the fear and emptiness brought on by my lost memories made my heart instantly lean closer towards.
没有聊天环节，还真是有点不习惯呢。但是，我有些累了，对不起哦。今天我们就早些睡下吧。那个。 我还想睡在你的身边，可以吗？
We're gonna say yes. Isn't it a bit late to ask that now? You could have just laid down like before, no need to ask.
谢谢你啊。
What about your injuries? Are you okay?
没关系的，我已经习惯疼痛了，我怎样都无所谓，只要你没事就好。话说， 你今天对我好
It's only to
温柔呀
trick you to escape.
都有点害怕，是在做梦呢。但如果这是梦的话，也太遗憾了。前几天，我在心里暗暗祈祷过，祈祷你能再对我温柔点就好了。没想到真的实现了。
That's enough. Stop snuggling up to me. I've been meaning to ask, sleeping right next to me like this without a care. Aren't you afraid I might do something to you?
当然不会啊，我相信你，就像你相信我一样啊。
She curled up next to me with natural ease, as if afraid I would change my mind if she didn't move quickly.
今晚的月色真美呀，还能普通的睡在你身边，像做梦一样。晚安。
Ultimately, her love for me was just too heavy. Even if I tried to catch it and put myself in her shoes, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. Besides, even though she says she trusts me, she still doesn't let me go. I really can't afford to let my guard down. When will all of this finally end? At this rate, I feel like my body is slowly getting used to this life. The days of being scared out of my mind by her weren't even that long ago. I really lack a sense of danger. Sleeping together with my own kidnapper like lovers. This is seriously messed up. But lately, it feels like she's been spending less and less time awake. She even got new wounds. How did those happen? She may be dangerous, but I'm getting used to seeing her full of life. As the kidnapped one, maybe I have no right to ask about her life, but seeing her constantly covering injuries in front of me is still troubling. The thought of her being so weak whenever she's out of my sight is unsettling. Have I been lowering my guard more and more? Maybe this uneasy isn't just about her, but also about the state of the outside world. Looks like she really is exhausted. She fell asleep as soon as she got close to me. I'll leave the thinking for tomorrow. Accompanied by the sound of her gentle breathing nearby, I slowly drift off. Day 7. I felt an emptiness beside me. As if guided by some divine intuition, I opened my eyes. Just like on the first day I woke up without my memories, she stood across from me. She looked worse than ever, as if she was barely holding herself together. She silently stared at me, seemingly unaware of the tears streaming down her cheeks. And yet her gaze was so heavy, I thought she wanted to engrave every part of me deep into her bones.
我可以抱抱你吗？
I didn't say anything, my silence was consent. She silently leaned her body onto mine.
谢谢你，对不起，你一直很痛苦吧？一切就快结束了，所以请乖乖待在这。都是因为我，害你失去了笑容。不要忘记笑容，笑着活下去吧。希望你这样温柔的好人，再也不会遇到不幸。要获得幸福，要在阳光闪耀的地方笑着，然后，虽然想说请忘记我吧，但果然还是会有些寂寞呀。不要忘记我。再见。
Night has fallen, but she hasn't come back. How long has it been already? I don't want to admit it, but I do miss her presence in the room. Alone, I can only count the passing of endless time, overwhelmed by this loneliness. Suddenly, something that had been restraining me came undone. Before I could react, my conscience was swallowed by darkness. When I came to, I was in a world of utter darkness. I screamed at the top of my lungs, purely on instinct, but not even an echo returned. As if trying not to be swallowed whole by this overwhelming blackness, I began to run. I was being chased by some unknown horror. As if stopping would shatter my mind and soul, I kept running endlessly through the darkness. It felt like something terrifying and unknown was chasing me. Like if I stopped even for a sec, my mind, no, my soul would shatter. So I kept running through the dark. Only the waves of pain shooting through my body proved to me that still exists. Forcing open my own focused eyes, I suddenly saw a faint glow like a firefly at the end of the endless darkness. It was as if my senses were awakened by that light. After sight returned, my hearing also came back. A warm breath drifted from the direction of the glow, tickling my nose, so warm it made me want to cry. Drawn by that strangely familiar breath, I ignored the stabbing pain flooding into my lungs and, pushing myself up, dashed toward the glimmer. I started running toward the only hope I had. Bursting into the light, I opened my eyes. Oh my god, it's the door again. I don't know how much time passed before I finally regained consciousness. For the first time in so long I felt hunger, thirst and pain. Yes, these were the sensations a human should have. Feeling the faint beat of my organs within my body, my awareness gradually returned. At last my memories also flooded back into me. Shiro. Right, wasn't I already dead? And yet, I clearly still exist here. What on earth happened? Shiro, where did you go? Are you alright? You didn't get hurt, did you? The diary? Looking around the familiar room, my eyes fell on a notebook placed on the sofa. It was Shiro's diary. Without picking someone's diary's rude, my disordered heartbeat compelled me to reach out and take it in hand. I skimmed through the page. At first it was filled with daily trifles and records of our dates. Whereabouts, I searched for the date of my last memory. That day had been Shiro's birthday, so I remembered the date clearly. On that day she had written nothing, so I turned the page. June 24. Everything happened so suddenly, I was caught completely off guard. You've always been afraid of pain, and yet, why? You are so afraid of pain, why? Senpai brought me home. When I asked about the bloodstained clothes carrying your last trace, he said he had already disposed of them. How cruel, that was supposed to be your final mark on this world. Countless times, over and over, endlessly, I prayed to return to that day, prayed for you to come back. If only it had been me who died instead. And then, maybe because of my unbroken prayers, a miracle happened. When I returned home, you were lying right there in the entrance. A miracle. You had really come back to me. I called Senpai. That person said it might have been my obsession, or maybe yours. In any case, your soul had been dragged back to this world, as an earthbound spirit, tied to the little home we once shared. Senpai also said I should deal with you. What irony. After years of being exorcised together, this was the ending we faced. But there was no way I could destroy you. This time, I swore never to let go of your hand again. To stabilize your spirit and to keep you from wandering out of my sight, I had no choice but to bind you with talismans at the entrance. From then on, you gained a temporary body. You became bound by a contract, and I could sense your condition as clearly as my own. At the same time, I could feel how unstable you really were. But still, you finally woke up. But perhaps as the price of that miracle, you lost your memories. The first time you looked at me with such cold and familiar eyes. Maybe that was my punishment. After all, it was my fault you ended up like this. I was too afraid of losing you again, too consumed by my emotions. I'm sorry, I was just terrified of you disappearing. When I saw the fear in your eyes, I knew you must have thought of me a mad woman. But maybe that was fine. Better for you to hate me and stay than for you to run outside and vanish forever. And if you hated me, feared me, somehow that eased my heart a little, because you should hate me. After settling you in at home, I went to the association's archives. There I finally found a record of a forbidden ritual I had only heard the whisper of, a ritual that could bring you back to this world. I drew the circle in our secret base, activated the ritual. When I returned home to find you waiting, only then did it truly sink in that you had come back. It made me so happy. So then we got a body, was it? But probably she got hurt because of that. June 25. Last night, maybe because of your unstable spirit, you suddenly collapsed. Through the contract link, I felt your conscience vanish and it jolted me awake. I was terrified you wouldn't open your eyes again, so I stayed by your side all night. Thankfully, you woke up again and returned to me. I tell myself not to mind it, but seeing you guard against me does hurt. I can't control my emotions, and it only makes you fear me more. After feeling the pain of losing everything, then the joy of regaining it, maybe my mind really has broken. Sometimes I can't even control the words that leave my mouth. But being able to chat with you like before is already enough. I shouldn't hope for more. And you, even with no memories, you are still as gentle as you once were. You gave me happiness I never thought I would have. You held my hand and led me back to this world. Even at the very end, you protected me. This time, it's my turn to protect you. June 26. I can feel your body growing stronger. At the same time, mine is beginning to collapse. From within, it's unraveling. I haven't told you about the ritual, because if it were you, you would stop me by any means you would. Even without your memories, even seeing me as a stranger, I frighten you know, your soul remains the same. Senpai Kal, somehow that person found out from the ritual and urged me to stop, warning that if I couldn't, they would act in my stead. What a joke. For my sake, you put yourself in danger. It's all because I was too weak. Yet, even without memory, you tried to comfort me. Please don't be so kind to me anymore. I felt so exhausted. It must be the ritual's side effect. But that only proves you are slowly recovering. That's enough for me. June 27. Today my body feels even worse. I couldn't wake up before you. I even stumbled off sleep right into your arms. Even though I offended you, you still showed me concern. While I was bathing, I suddenly sensed through our link that you were trying to escape. The moment you step outside, your soul will shatter. My mind went blank. I ran on pure instinct. Luckily, I reached you in time. But I was so afraid of losing you that I spoke without thinking. I must have terrified you. In your eyes, I must look like some deranged lunatic. Fear, regret, despair, all tangled together until I almost broke down in tears. So I fled back to the bathroom, turned on the shower and tweeted my sobs. Even so, you still spoke with me afterwards. We talked about the flowers from the flyer we once saw. You even chose one you liked. But I lied, that flower wasn't for a wedding, it was for a funeral. When I die, I want to be surrounded by flowers you chose. I was afraid, so I wanted to be selfish just once. I'm sorry. Because she's dying because of the ritual. My body is worse than ever. I can feel my orange needle replaced. Only spirit power holds me together now. Even my right arm has started to fade. She thought to pretend that she was hurt, she put the bandage because it's disappearing. To keep you from noticing, I forced a bit of energy to maintain its outline, wrapping the bandage to look like an injury. Maybe from rejection or backlash, I've been vomiting non-stop since morning. My throat has tasting of blood. Perhaps because of the pain, my will is weakening, and I find myself thinking pathetic thoughts again. Why wasn't your memories that returned first? Even for a brief moment, I wish I could see you again. But if that happens, maybe my own memories will vanish at the price. If that's the case, then the me who remembers you will never meet the you who remembers me. Now I alone carry our memories. It's unbearably lonely. But if your memories return, you will instantly see through what I'm doing. So rather than that, I'll rather give you a real chance at life in this world. This is the life you should laugh at, not one cut short by some meaningless battle. Without me, you will surely live more happily. When I touched your hand, I felt its warmth clearly. The ritual truly succeeded. Before, when you were just a fragile spirit with only a temporary body, I didn't dare touch you, afraid you'll realize what you were. But now I can finally hold you. Someone came to the door, probably Senpai, after failing to reach me by phone. I stayed silent. If they confirm you are inside, they will surely try to exorcise you. Senpai's exorcism can only be used once for a while. They won't use it recklessly. Since you trust me and stay silent too, they might have assumed you weren't here and left. Of course you will be angry with me. Faced with so much fear and don't know, you must feel awful. I didn't want you to suffer any longer, so I told you about exorcists, but I lied. Say you were only injured. How I wish that were true. I don't want to see hatred in your eyes again, even if I deserve it. My body worsens each day from the ritual and energy I burn to hold this form. I can barely stay awake long enough to spend time with you. Even staying conscious a little longer is becoming impossible. June 30. Yesterday I was so excited that I fell asleep beside you. This morning I forced myself awake first so I could watch your sleeping face and write these words. Meeting Mia was an unfortunate accident. After the disaster I caused, I can only hope every day you live after this will be filled with happiness. Come to think of it, in these 7 days, you never once called my name, nor did we say goodnight to each other. A small regret perhaps. For several days I haven't dreamed. I wonder if you do. If so, do you dream of me? Yes, it was my left leg and arm. Today is my right leg and part of my body. Having burned too much, I can barely hold on. Before the rest disappears, I must leave early. I've given everything to myself to you. First my organs, then my flesh, and finally my spirit and soul will extinguish. So you will be completely resurrected. That's the price of the forbidden ritual, a life for a life. I don't know if it will succeed, I'm a little afraid, but even if it fails, at least I can follow you to that world. So This may be the last time I write in this diary. I wonder if you'll be annoyed, if you will think I talk too much, but knowing it's the last, I can't help but write everything I feel. Yesterday, maybe because of my condition, I couldn't help wanting to lean on you like before. You didn't push me away, you offered your hand to me again. Holding your hand, lying beside you is just like a dream. Meeting you was the greatest happiness to my life. I wish you happiness. Goodbye. Happy hand. So I wonder if there is a way to get if there is true end in the game. Right? Is there a way? Here, right, gallery. Because this one doesn't say if what we got is or not. Tell us here, right. The buzz in my ears got away, my conscience slowly returned to my body. In front of me was a tight shut door. Oh, this is the same, right? Oh, okay. But why the hell could you change?
明明好不容易，对不起，所以请向曾，就算世界终结，也要。其实我把你关在这里是迫不得已，所以请不要讨厌我。
Oh, let's see. By the way, I wonder if there's a way to be fast or to skip this, because this skips a little bit. But probably it needs to be like this.
我们两个以前不接受反驳，让我想想，今天的主题，其实因为你忘记了我，那些我和你曾经的共同幸福，你与我共度的时光，只有你的身边才是。但是，就算失去了记忆，我爱着你。现在，希洛只需要你。就算要被全世界驱赶，能够和你在一起，这就是我的幸福。对了，我知道的，从很久以前我就一直拖你的后腿，总是不过你可以和我试一试吗？怎么样？有没有心动的感觉？也是呢，我该怎么做
Stay silent.
你很累了吧？那
Because I don't even know which one which one can be like, if there's a true ending. I'm gonna be honest. I'm throwing here. Gray and white couch girl appeared on before my eyes, and my body felt light and floaty. Oh shit. Looking around, it was as if I had fallen into a child's painting. This room was drawn with crayons, even the furniture was made of messy crayon strokes. Am I dreaming? I can't make sense of what's going on, but my body is straining. Maybe it's because I haven't moved my body in too long. I'm having trouble keeping my balance as I walk forward. Is it because I'm in a dream? I don't even feel like I'm walking. I walked up on what looked like a desk and just about to investigate when a girl's voice suddenly came from behind.
对不起，日记本在那里。
I turned my head and looked in the direction of the voice. But all that was there, a blurry halo of light, looking like a child of about 10 years old. Is he someone I know? Maybe it is because I haven't regained my memories yet. I have no idea what's going on right now. I took a step back and saw a diary lying on the ground by my feet. The thing seemed to be looking for. I picked up the diary and handed it to her, but she shook her head.
它已经不属于我了，我丢了很重要的东西，所以我不能再拥有它。对不起，对不起，到底怎么样才能拼起来呢？
She looked so sad, but I couldn't understand what she was saying. Fuck, I don't even know what you can say in here. Who are you?
果然，我该走了。 它就交给你了。如果真的会有奇迹的话
If a miracle really happens. She's gone. What should I do with this diary? Just a little look. It should be okay, right? The flower? It was an ordinary diary, but the page were almost completely blank. When I flipped to the very middle, there was a large dent in the page. Because of this dent, the entire diary looked twisted and grotesque. But just like she said, the diary seemed to be broken. But I don't know how to fix it either. What's the point of giving it to me? Just as I was thinking that, the drawer drawn with green lines suddenly moved. I opened the drawer and blinding white light hit me. The scenery around me quickly dissolved, turning to darkness and nothingness. Should you have opened? Fuck. Because probably you need to get these memories. Could it be? To get the true ending? If there is a true ending.
真是的，你还在害怕我吗？对不起，这绝非我的本意。但是，把你关这个，我不能说。
The problem is hard to know which ones can lead to those memories at night.
我是绝对不会伤害你的，只要你能够相信这一点就好。
Shit.
这是理所当然的。你在说什么？
This one I don't
那
think
就是我呀。
she always gets
怎么
like
回事
this.
你看，我很好呀。为什么他？为什么？这不是我一个人的希望，对吧？快到今天的，聊聊过去的事。从相遇的那一天开始，你就拯救了我。你对我，还有我们一起战斗的时候，所以就算付出我的，晚安。
Oh, again? Okay. Is it that dream again? I was back in the crayon drawn room. The furnishings around me were exactly the same as before. The diary the girl gave me was sitting on the desk. The content was the same as yesterday, almost completely blank, with the irregular dent still taking up the entire... It was son of drawer again, but this time when I opened, there was no blinding white light coming to me. 5 puzzle pieces lay quietly inside. Judging by their shape and size, they matched the dent in the diary almost perfectly. Does this mean I'm supposed to put them in the diary? So which piece should I put first? Oh, I don't know. What the fuck I know this? I pushed the side puzzle piece into the groove. Suddenly no force pulled my body up and my vision gradually burned. Oh, are you going to... throughout the days, is it? It's so dark I can't see anything around at me at all. Oh fuck. Could this be a forest? There's light up ahead. Is someone there? There doesn't seem to be any other way. I have to keep going forward.
救救我们！有没有谁可以来救救我们？
What's going on? I thought I heard a voice calling for help.
不要！
It's just like hell. What on earth is going on? I have to go and have a look. The source of this voice was small animals trapped in a cage of thorns.
你是来放走我们的吗？好痛！待在这里的每一天都好，求求你，让我们离开这里吧，不然我们都会被怪物吃掉。
我们被邪恶的巫师抓到了这里，他想让我们变成听话的宠物，要把我们丢进那口魔药锅里，和怪物们融为一体。我 的同伴们已经有不少丧生在里，这样下去的话，大家都会变成模样渣子的。你一定会帮我们的吧？如果连你都不愿意，我们
They serve so much and I can't save them with just single fire. There's no reason for me to not do it. I did as they say, found a torch and set the torch on fire. The scar and wound small animals scattered in an instant, rushing to escape this place. I hope they can live a free life after escaping. As everything around me burned to ash, I thought this dream might end here. Could there still be small animals that didn't escape? After flames went out, surroundings returned to pitch black silence once again. Only a path leading deeper into the forest remained, surrounded by thorns. I don't know how long I walked, but I finally saw the only one who didn't escape, deep in the thorns. Unlike all the other trapped small animals, it lay motionless in the pale white light. A rabbit. Is it still alive? Its eyes were lit by the faint light, glistening with moisture, staring blankly ahead. It still had breath and body heat, very faint, as if it would soon disappear, just like the flames that had gone out. The thorns that had wrapped around it were gone, but it didn't run away like the other animals. Why? Oh no, it sounds like something else is coming in the forest. Could it have sensed its presence? At this rate she'll... No, I have to get her out of here. I reached my hand, grabbed its small body, and held it in my arms. I turned around and ran towards the exit of the forest. If its will to live is this weak, I'm afraid it won't be able to survive out there. Will there be a place for it to live outside the forest? I can't just leave it here. So from today onwards, you can live with me. With that thought, I'd already reached the exit of the forest. The shadow forest crumbled apart behind me. A warm light soon swept over everything. So we go for the next day, is it? So each piece will go to another thing, is it? I wonder. Because in here she will never tell. Even if you say the other one, it's the same dialogue.
你想，好呀，你是美好、耀眼，才没有夸张呢。感觉就像灵魂的归宿呢，是你专门挑选给我的。
Flower.
我这种人，那么。
So I wonder if now you go again to that dream. Oh yeah. Isn't this dream over yet? So probably put another piece of the flower. But do you have time? Because this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5. This is day 3. So day 4, day 5, 6, 7. Okay. Put second piece. The buzzing in my ears gradually turned into the pitter-patter of rain. My vision became clear again. Is it the rabbit? Oh no, it's her. So probably she was the rabbit. Shiro was sitting on the sofa in front of me. Water droplets slid down from the crown of her head all the way to the ends of her hair, finally dripping onto the floor with a patter. She and I stared at each other in silence. Her eyes looked as if she had lost her soul, not even reflecting the shadow of anything. But when she looked at me, the corner of her eyes were moist from the rain, glowing with a dim light. What on earth is wrong? This was the first time I had seen her so quiet. So quiet it was eerie. Was she trying to gain sympathy? The water droplets kept falling. I finally couldn't help but speak up.
外面有很多雨。
It seemed like no matter what I asked her, she would only slowly answer with a few words. There's really nothing I can do about her. Even though I don't understand why I'm dreaming of her. Could it be related to the memories I lost? but even when I dream of her, I still don't feel much of anything. A large part of the floor was already soaked with water. She didn't seem to know how to handle the situation. At very least, I should get a towel. The moment I stood up, she suddenly screamed in terror. Her eyes and body trembled together, as if she was afraid of what might do. Why on earth did she turn out like this?
不起，
Perhaps in my confused gaze, she immediately hugged herself tightly and mumbled an apology in a small voice. Is she scared? This is so abnormal. In the end, I still found a dry towel that was just the right size. Doing this kind of thing in a dream is so strange.
这是好冷。
She was almost curled up into a ball like a newborn wet chick. I had no choice but to put the towel on Chihiro's head and start wiping. She flinched back as if by reflex, but soon leaned forward on her own. We wipe her cheeks. I really should wipe her face too. Does she not even realize that her face is all soaking wet? Her cheeks were even slightly red from the cold rain. But when the towel touched Chihiro's cheek, she trembled all over. Could it be that she's actually afraid of being touched? As I wiped her face became very clear in my sight. I never looked at her carefully when I was awake. But in this dream, at such a close distance, I have no choice but to look at her face. She looks a lot younger. Could this be Chihiro when she was younger? Why am I dreaming of this? I can't seem to figure out this question. Chihiro just sat there blankly, letting me wipe off the water, her timid eyes glancing over at me again and again. My movements weren't fast at all. I wiped her carefully so I wouldn't make her uncomfortable.
谢谢，雨很冷，所以要用它弄干净吗？
Why is she asking? Isn't this common sense that everyone knows?
我学会了，和洗澡一样，不擦干净，会再多教教我其他的事吧。
I suddenly realized that Chihiro in front of me was a girl with almost no common sense at all. She was completely different from the one I saw when I woke up. It's hard to believe they are the same person. Chihiro was waiting for my answer, looking at me unexpectedly and cautiously. At least she doesn't have the weird obsession with me, so agreeing with her shouldn't cause any trouble. So I should agree? After I agreed to her, I taught her how to hang up the used dry towel. Even thought it was a bit of a hassle. I patiently explained some basic life common sense to her. Things like eating, sleeping, washing up. I even told her in detail how to put clothes on.
我知道了。要这么做啊？
She looked really motivated and happy. When I came to my sense, I realized she didn't really know how to smile. She only showed her excitement through her eyes. What kind of role am I playing in this dream?
要到时间了，我很开心。你是不是？我知道，我要乖乖等你，我不会走丢的。还记得淋雨要擦干，毛巾很温暖。下次我也帮你。
She held the damn towel in her hand, strode over to me, and reached out to try and grab the hem of my clothes. But the moment she was about to touch me, the moist eyes, along with her entire body, were swallowed by a white light. That's when we wake up for the next day. I wonder if it's because of the choice or if it's like once you beat the game, you click rewrite and you go for this and you start to remember. Could it be? Is it because of the rewrite and not choice? I'm gonna save in here. Don't push her.
我去洗个热水。不可以。
This one you can't do anything. In this one it has to happen this.
这是最后一次，不要这么沉默呀。稍等。
Now in here,
所以
I don't know if this matters or not. I'm gonna be
这个剩下的
honest.
花朵
because this is the flower.
是玫瑰，
I'm gonna say it's same
今天也没有
because I don't know if it
味道
matters that one. Okay, we are back at Dream. That's a good thing. That's a good thing that you are coming to this. So, for peace. The problem is that I don't know if it's because of pressing the key right or if it is because of the choice. A train? Or are they in a station? Mottled concrete walls, flickering fluorescent lights. This place looked like an abandoned tram tunnel. I had no memory of this place at all, but my body started walking forward naturally. I stepped through a puddle beside the train wrecks, and my gaze instantly glanced at the blurry reflection in the water. Even though I couldn't see myself clearly, I could just make out that I was wearing weapons at my waist. They looked like dual swords. Of course, I had no memory of how to use them. I was more like I was a ghost possessing someone else, watching the dream through his eyes. After all, I couldn't feel any connection between him and me at all. A small figure rushed out from beside me. She moved so fast all I could see was her hair brushing past the tip of my nose. Shir's dagger hit the shadow ahead, and a cloud of purple miasma scattered in all directions.
不准动，才不会让你碰到它呢。
The purple miasma stopped spraying after a certain point, and even let out a faint hissing sound, no doubt in pain from Shir's attack.
他已经没办法。
So there you go. With this, we know that we were exorcists.
我会变得更厉害的。
She released a hand, but my body moved on its own. I drew the old sword at my waist and delivered the final blow to the immobilized enemy. I aimed straight for its core and killed it with a single strike, in the time it takes to take 2 breaths. I'm so skilled at this. I have always felt like this. As I think about this scene, a cold wind suddenly blew around me.
不然，前辈说的对，他们还留有后手。没关系，只要是和你一起，无论是怎样的对手，我们都能战胜。
Don't say that too
收到敌
confidently.
人的讯息了，我们走吧。那
She turned sideways, held out her hand, and smiled at me.
太好了，走吧，走吧。
I held it without even thinking. The warmth from her fingertips was as warm as the sun breaking through the rain.
发现了，数量确认完毕，一共有15个目标。之后去便利店怎么样？上次的酸奶很好喝哦。除了酸奶之外，还有薯片、爆米花。赚到的佣金能够买很多零食，我想跟你一起吃。真是想想就兴奋起来了呢。快点解决战斗吧！
She rumbled on, let go of my hand, and rushed out without looking back. Ah, geez, she's being reckless again. Again. I made follow in her footsteps. The arcs of dual swords in my hands hit the wind perfectly with the dagger she was swinging. After the fluorescent lights above burst, the surroundings were suddenly plunged into pitch blackness. Unconscious pairs of eyes were staring at us from the darkness. After the first attack, the 2 of us moved back together in perfect sync, standing back to back. What are you snickering about?
没什么，我准备好了，之后就交给你了。
The remaining dozen or so enemies were immobilized in place by Shir's ability, then left for me to finish off. Soon the last of the rampaging monsters had its core sliced apart. Mission complete. It wasn't that simple. A faint smell of blood hung in the air, mixed with the stench of decay.
怎么了？你的脸色？难道你受伤了？让我看看。不对，你教过我的，这种时候要先联系前辈，然后和后援部的人。
Wait, it wasn't me who was hurt. I looked at Shiro, who was frantically dialing the phone, and saw a small patch of red seeping through her clothes. Does it a lot? You don't feel it at all?
我你送给我的衣服划破了，对不起。
This isn't time to be apologized. Come with me. But she doesn't feel pain, is it? Oh shit, it's this house. Because it's like secret base.
我真的没事，一点都不痛哦。原来刚才脸色那么差，是在担心我。你是不是生气了？你的脸色为什么还是看起来很差？伤口已经包扎好了，完全不痛了，不用担心啦。啊，把手伸出来的意思是拉钩、约定？啊，那个是之前，我已经在试着重视自己了。是啊，我们要创造更多回忆，所以不可以弄伤自己。啊，真是的，我是笨蛋，因为刚才战斗得太顺利，你在身边，我总是很安心，意识不到危险。请相信我，我有在改正了。那伤口处理完了，任务也结束了，我们是不是可以去逛街啦？说好的，酸奶、薯片、爆米花，我还想跟你去看电影。只是小幅度运动的话，不会影响到伤口的。那我们走吧，要牵手，还要抱抱。
Okay. The afternoon sun streaming in through the window. There was still a small piece of uneaten cake on the table next to the burnt-out candle shaped like the number 17. The sound of oil sizzling in a pan came from the
今
kitchen.
天吃汉堡肉可以吗？我在电视上看到，大家都做得很厉害，可以试试看的吧？绝对不会把厨房炸掉了啊！又在看什么呢？委托书是新的任务吗？
The commission was stamped with a bright red seal, indicated the difficult level of the mission. But Shiro didn't seem to notice it at all. She only saw the 4 words written for the location: Seaside Church.
前不久你买回来的杂志上，我看到过这个地方，据说是非常漂亮的景点，而且非常适合2个人一同出行。教堂里会有什么呢？似乎有漂亮的玻璃彩窗，可以坐在露台上一起看大海。情侣们想要结婚的话，也要在教堂举办婚礼呢。如果能跟你一起去的话，我当然知道是任务地点啦。
No, for some reason I won't stop
我
her.
们每次任务完成后，
But why it appeared Noah's head?
这次肯定也。
You can't go. I tried to open my mouth, but no sound came out. You can't go there, something will. I felt the same pain like a needle, and all kinds of shrill sounds rang in my
说
eardrums.
好了，一起看天海。
Because he knows what's gonna happen. The scene before me suddenly sped up, like someone had pressed the fast forward button on a videotape. Shiro face and words turned into the starter after the image. As the night fell over the seaside church, all the image and sound cut off. So it was in there that happened? That we died? And it's that we wants to say like that she won't go there and that won't happen? So it's like we die because we try to protect her? Is it because of something like that? And if she didn't went to there, she wouldn't. We wouldn't try to we wouldn't die, something like that.
求求你，再坚持一下。就是字面。
We already know why
再等我一下
why she's gonna say why she's saying that it's gonna be over soon
外面
because of the ritual.
只剩下你我2人的世界。 对你来说不是幸福的吗？
I wonder if you wait a little bit. Isn't that just the two of us in our own world? I wonder if in here there is like a secret thing to appear. Right? It could exist like something. I wonder.
但是不会加害你是真实的。当那晚安。
Because we need to go for the dream. We need always to come to this one and complete the puzzle. That's the point of this. That's the point. We need to complete this.
在发呆吗？有什么心事啊？难道是我不知道的心事啊？快点看着我！你的脸还是那么软乎乎的。刚才在想什么？不准撒谎。
Where is this? What place is this? The surrounds were filled with the noise of the crowd, and I felt the weight of another person on my arm. The ends of Shiro's hair fell down, brushing past my shoulder. So close. But because this is a dream, it feels extremely unreal. When we are outside, she never seemed to get this close to me.
是因为超市里太闷了吗？今天人太多了，大家都想在跨年之前出来玩。没事啦，东西都已经买完了。这次我可是有好好计算过账目的。比起那个橘子，要尝尝看吗？我记得你前几天好像念。对了，电视里说跨年夜的时候要和……居然没有这种说法。总要吃点什么的吧？要不然一起吃火锅？超市逛完啦，我们去下一个地方吧。今天是约会，所以要陪我一直玩到天黑哦。已经拉钩约定了，反悔的人是小狗。
If you're above, then what makes you... Woof woof.
我就应该录下来，天天放给你听。那要是真的变成了小狗，是不是就轮到我照顾你啦？
I heard myself smile. Even though I have no memory of ever experienced this, I still felt a warm feeling in my chest. Come to think of it, the Shiro in front of me seems a little more mature than the one I've seen before. We weaved through the bustling crowd and arrived at the new year with the distant bell chimes. During that time, I could feel the coolness of Chiro's fingertips gradually warm up, and a faint scent of orange came from Chiro's lips, carried by the evening wind. This is what happiness feels like. The word popped into my mind. The more I felt the atmosphere, the more emptiness in my heart became apparent. I couldn't even bring myself to celebrate the happiness right in front of me. I was nothing more than a soul, watching this all through a dream with envy. It's strange, why do I feel so lonely? Because I can't remember anything, but I feel like there should be someone like Shiro waiting for me. I should have had a happy life too, but I'm trapped here.
快过来，这边，快看！
Shiro's voice broke my train of thought. Balloons. I look up in the direction of the voice, and the New Year's Eve scene already turned into the next chapter. The bursting fireworks had turned into white toes flying towards the bright blue sky. Behind Shiro were countless colorful balloons swaying in the wind, and the warm afternoon sun filled the space between her and me. Are we on the street this time?
快看这个，是不是很可爱？
It was a balloon with a little bear pattern on
据
it.
说乘坐热气球可以飞到天空上。为什么普通的气球不可以呢？如果我有很多很多的气球，他们会带着我飞起来吗？然后我再牵着你。啊，不行，如果是2个人，就会变得很重。坐飞机也可以到天空上，但还是气球更浪漫一点吧。最重要的是，我想跟你一起。到时候 整片天空上就只有我跟你。先别说这些了，挑一个喜欢的气球吧。我的话，这个蓝色的小熊怎么样？因为是忘我的颜色呢。
Oh, forget me nots. Okay.
你送我的发卡和它一样。那决定好了吗？你想要什么颜色？
How you know this? Does it matter? Could it be the rabbit? Could it be the bear?
粉色啊，你居然会选这么不适合你的颜色？难道是因为我吗？我的头发是粉色的呢。我知道啦，既然你这么喜欢的话，要不要摸摸看？
Well, that was one thing too about the air pink.
拿到了，等等，把手给我。这样就系好啦。系好了就不会丢了。虽然没办法带到车上，但在回家之前都可以挂在手腕上呢。还有我的，你也要帮我好好系上哦。这样，好像我们两个被绑在一起了呢。如果是红色的绳子就更好了。
She just shook her wrist, making the little bear nod its head and in the air. The sunlight gilded her crinkled eyes and the deep dimples in her cheeks.
肚子饿了，去吃舒芙蕾吧。排队的人好多，应该会很好吃。手要好好牵着哦。
The feeling of our fingertips brushing against each other, so soft and nostalgic, even though I've never held her hand before. Our fingers laced together, swinging back and forth as we ran forward. The outlines of our shadows were stretched out, their blurry edge gilded with a faint orange. Our footsteps, fast and slow, echoed through the afternoon streets.
张嘴！以前都是你喂我，现在该轮到我了。奶油弄到鼻子上了，如果不在街上，就可以用别的方式擦掉它了。怎么了？这次轮到你喂我吃了。好甜，但是好好吃啊！早知道就多买一些了，这样回家也可以吃。累了。正好就在路边的椅子上休息一下吧。你看，这里很高，刚好可以看到海平线。我们的家在那个地方，另一头是教堂。说到教堂，真想再来一次啊。
Go again? For what?
那天大家都在，很多人都在祝福我们。我
Blessing?
那个时候是不是很好看？
My heart twinkled with pain for no reason. I didn't know how to answer the question. The feeling of emptiness was about to swallow my whole. You were beautiful. It suited perfectly. I heard my own voice, talking about the scene from that day. Shiro's face was lit up with a pure, innocent smile. The sunlight grew stronger and stronger, the hazy white light about to drown this
就
place.
像是奇迹一样的，尽管失去了一切，但只要还有你在，每一天都会更加幸福。
No more wage, no more price, no more sacrifice to exchange for anything. The most important thing is right here. Two ordinary people don't get a second chance, but they can still stay by each other's side. Their voice spoke of their hopes for happiness. So far away, I want to go back. Go back to where? I don't know. This shouldn't be where my journey ends. Someone must be waiting for me. I reached out my hand, but I couldn't grasp the answer. She in front of me was swallowed up by the sunlight, leaving only the blinding white light. I can't grab anything. Happiness comes with a price. So what is the price? So 7 day, right? No, 6. So I still have time for the other one, right? I still have the time to do it.
What? 好久没有睡这么舒服的觉了。因为在你身边睡觉， 是最安心的。我喜欢最喜欢了。我还想睡在你的身边，可以吗？我想还能普通的睡在你身边。晚安。
Okay, back to here. So far the last one. How can all of these? Will a miracle happen? So now we put the last piece. Okay, so what is gonna be? All I can see before me is murky blackness. I can't find a way out, only blurry shadows passing by me occasionally. They made all kinds of sounds. What is that? Is it someone's memory? I can't feel the weight of my body, nor the tightness in my breath. Is that us? The smoke from the burning sandalwood twisted into strange shapes in the air. Two swaddled babies lay side by side on tatami mat, and a hand pointed to the one on the right. The slightly frail baby, who didn't cry, only stared blankly at the ceiling beams. It was like looking through an ancient archive, the people around me whispering. Words declaring this body incomplete and unclean kept reaching my ears.
决定好了吧，家主。今日起为其另谋生路。他背负厄运，恶鬼将其视之为良。若能从羞辱中存活，必然成大器。不必言说，一切皆是为了家族大义。希望我们不必再相见。
As the war faded, the blurry shadows sank into the darkness. As the gates huge, time flows onward. Ancient books of all kinds piled up on the ground, and the young child, hid in the square moonlight cut by the window, or quietly turning page after page. Countless dangerous hours lurk around. Noisy human voice flooded in. Walking further forward, the ground was littered with reports stamped with mission targets in sealed script. Complete, completed,
那
completed.
个使双刀的怪物吧？
That's us.
上次那个费城区的委托，他一个人走进去，出来的时候衬衫全是暗红的血，脚步却连个停顿都没有。
生理机能坏死了吧？还是单纯的自毁倾向？
哎，你们就没有人留意过一直跟着他的那个女孩？那眼神太出格了，正常生物谁会那样盯着另一个人？他打架起来也是完全不要命的类型。
所以他们俩才是搭档啊！除了那个老前辈，还有谁愿意带着他们俩干事儿？万一哪天把命玩没了，不讲不讲。
长辈们总是教导，双生子是家族气运的裂痕。你带走了原本属于我的那一半。亲爱的，你还在养着那个女啊？明明自己就是一个和怪物没有区别的存在，却还想着要拯救另一个怪物。真不知道你是善良呢，还是虚伪呢？这些年来，我看着你在那个不见天日的院子里苟延残喘，等着你的灵脉彻底长成，等着亲自剖开你。只要我拿回了属于我的那一部分，我就可以变成完整的。 你也发挥了你的价值，不是吗？你看看，可惜呀，你看看，你都做了什么蠢事？
From the Black River, a giant balance scale emerged. The shadow of a frail girl, trembling with fear, was placed on one side of the scale. On the other side, right beneath my feet. The scale is balanced by these. A wind from nowhere made the scale sway, yet it always remained balanced. The scarlet liquid following from the shadow defied the laws of physics and started toward me. It was as if a wound had been cut open here, healed there. Something was being exchanged. My head began to spin and my heart raced violently, yet I can't still remember anything. I collapsed on one side of the scale, my whole body racked by excruciating pain. I watched the shadow on the other side slowly stand up. What are you going to do? An intense sense of dread filled my entire chest. I wanted to stop her, but I couldn't move. Don't stop. I can't. I will. I have to. Drip. Drip, drip. Like a candle burned down to the wick, her shadow melted little by little, falling onto the scale span. Drip, drip. Warm liquid dripped onto my cheek. I couldn't tell its color, whether it was clear or red. Drip, drip. More liquid dripped down. The physical pain had already turned numb, replaced by a pain that pierced through my entire chest, a pain from my heart. Why do I have such a whirlwind of emotions? Fear, reluctance, anxiety. If this is a nightmare, please let me wake up soon.
没事的，很快就会醒过来了。
Basically, this is like she's sacrificing herself to heal us.
再坚持一下就好，我会陪着你的，至少在结束之前，都会好好陪着你的。
The end? No, I can't let it end. I wanted to scream, but there wasn't a single part of my body I could control.
如果你想要获得奇迹的话，就用你最珍贵的东西。
Then was what you almost dear.
没错，你一定知道我在说什么。你会想要赌一把吗？赌这1%的可能性，或者奇迹吗？
As the last of the shadow, goddamn, melted into the pan, the surrounding noise came to an abrupt halt. I also fell into deeper darkness as the scale collapsed. To tell that phrase was hard, goddamn. Wait, but how the hell do you do that? It's a 1%. How you change that, right? Let me only save. Gonna save on there.
我可以。不，再见。
This is the page. When you start to understand what she was doing, she was only maintaining you there to get, because you were a spirit, and she was sacrificing her body for you to get the body. But is there going to be any difference in here? Because you had those memories, right? Is there any difference? Because he said that thing is a miracle, but I won't let the story end like this. Oh, we break. Where is this place? I just thought I wanted to see her again, somehow I end up here. This place seems to have the same aura as the dark place I've been before. But unlike that place, there are many figures here, lots of people coming and going with their heads down. Somehow I feel that this place might be where souls enter the cycle of reincarnation. But if this place is the place of reincarnation, then why? Will I see Shiro standing there? Shiro, whose soul had already been extinguished and should never have come here. Why does she exist here? Did God show mercy and not take her soul and allow her to enter reincarnation? If that's the case, maybe I shouldn't call out her here. If I let her enter reincarnation and start a new life, she'll never meet me again. But maybe she'll live an ordinary yet happy life, have parents who love her, meet many people, and then spend a peaceful lifetime. I don't want to snuff out that possibility. My name is Shiro. I will never let go of your hand again. No matter what happens, I will protect you. Being with you is my happiness. I wish we had never met. Don't hate me, don't leave me, please. So those memories, from the day we met, you saved me. I'll destroy every obstacle for you, even if it costs me everything. You are a wonderful, bright and pure person. The moon is so beautiful tonight. Isn't a world with just the two of us happiness for you? I wish I could board the train with you and escape to a place where no one can find us. I hope a kind, good person like you will never encounter misfortune again. Be happy, smile in a place where the sun shines brightly, and then... Even though I want to tell you to forget me, I know I still feel lonely. Don't forget me, okay? Our meeting was always a mistake, wasn't it? No. No. That's not right. We call her. I rushed her over and held her hand. There was the sound of something breaking in my ear. Like the end of the world, the mirror image before my eyes began to shatter. As long as I'm with her, it doesn't matter where we go. In the heart of a shattered world, we simply gaze upon each other. Before opening my eyes, the first thing I felt was the warmth of the hand clasped in mine. Closely pressed against my hand is the sleeping cheek of Shiro, accompanied by the gentle breath on the back of my hand. It's the familiar entresol. We came back here together. A sudden sense of relief and peace washed over me. It was as if nothing ever happened. The two of us had just curled up together and fallen asleep, only to wake up and find each other still sleeping soundly beside one another. You are finally awake. How are you feeling? Does your body hurt? Are you feeling unwell? Can you hear me?
你是？抱歉。
No, it's her that doesn't remember.
我是谁？你又是谁？这里是哪里？我和你是什么关系呢？
As the price in exchange for twisting fate, that most important thing her memories had been taken as sacrifice. Moreover, the spirit body that had unsearched within her, the power that had shaped both her fate and mine, had fallen completely silent, as if it had never existed at all. But right now she's still here, real and alive, right in front of me. That in itself is already a miracle, isn't it? I have no idea what could have caused this entire miracle. It brought the both of us back here, yet only took our spiritual power and our memories as the exchange. If this was the God showing mercy, then the one who made all these miracles come true is truly a very kind God. With that thought, I slowly tightened my grip on her hand and looked into her eyes. I'm sorry, so many things have happened, but I'll tell you everything that happened, one by one, all of it. Will you listen to me and believe me? But I'm sorry, I made a decision for you without permission. I brought you back here from that place and took your hand.
没有啊。其实，说起来有点不好意思，很奇怪呢。我好像等待这一刻已经很久了。在那个奇妙的地方，我就一直有一种奇怪的感觉，这种感觉一直在阻止着我继续往前走。我好像在等一个人，我好像很想见那个人，然后在见到你的第一刻，我的心就跳个不停。 明明不记得你是谁，但是却感觉非常的熟悉。从那一刻起，我就确信我想见到的人。我一直在等待，对我来说比什么都重要的人，一定就是你。所以，谢谢你来找我，谢谢你找到了我，谢谢你没有忘记我，今后不要再放开我了。请给我讲讲之前发生的故事吧，让我们永远一起笑着活下去吧，直到永远，永远哦。
There we go. Nobody dies. They live happily together. That should be the true ending, right? You get even the credits. There we go. That's the true ending. So basically it's like you need to beat the game, and then you need to you don't click start, you go on the one that says rewrite, and you rewrite the story where you then I don't think it matters then the choice. It's like you need to see everything again, but this time every time that you go to sleep you see that thing and you need to complete the flower, and like that then you can change the finale where you go and take her out from that reincarnation, because she was happy with us. We were like, oh, probably she'll be better without us, without meeting us, but then it's like he was remembering that every time she was like, I'm happy with you, I'm happy that I met you, everything like that. So he's like, he calls her name, grabs by her hand, and doesn't let her being like reincarnated. And like that they live happily again, but of course in exchange of that they both lose the spiritual powers and she loses the memories, but she's like even not remembering, she's like, it's like I've always was waiting for you. So there we go. Pretty good game. Like when you play the demo you think, oh shit, this is a game where this girl is obsessed by you and you need to find a way to get the fuck out of there. But when you play the full game, after like the day 5, let's say it like that, you start to understand, okay, so she's not obsessed with you, she's someone that you know, but something happened to you and she's trying to help you to try to get the memories back. So it's nothing like, oh, it's someone that's obsessed. But when you play them, it looks like that is someone like obsessed by you and wants to make you prison. Yeah, and I at first in the day 1 or day 2 in the full game, I was like, probably you are like a robot, and she's like, okay, this robot failed and pick up of a memory of her last boyfriend or something like that and pulls again, you know, until you get feelings for her as a robot or something like that, you know. Something like that. I know it's weird, but I thought it was that. There we go. True end. Human comedy. What? Thank you for playing. But oh yeah, it's pretty cool. The game is very well done. The story, and then like you need to repeat the story to get the true ending. Boom, everything. You get everything. So yeah, like if you like visual novels, I recommend to buy this one. You're gonna have a great time with it. At the beginning of the story you think one thing, but then you see another, but then it's like, to see the true ending you need to click on rewrite. I don't think the choice matter that much. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's to get the true ending you only need to play the rewrite and everything will happen by itself. But I don't think the choice matter. I can be wrong, but I don't think they matter that much. If you like game, that's why I'm saying if you like visual novels, I recommend to buy this game. You're gonna have a good time. If you are not a fan of visual novels, but you like, you know, good stories, you know, things like that, I still recommend to buy this game because you're gonna have a great story to play, and you need to, you know, handle the part of being a visual novel. because visual novels, it's about story and the characters, artwork. So, but if you like great stories, you're gonna have a good one with this one. So yeah, you can already buy it on Steam. I don't think it came out anywhere else. I think it's only on Steam. You can already buy it and try to get. I don't think there's even a bad end, because you're gonna always go to the happy ending and then the true ending. I don't think there is a bad ending in this one. So yeah, but you're gonna have a good time with it. It's already available, and you're gonna have like what, 2 hours? I think that's the maximum. Only if you click fast. Probably it's less than 2 hours. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoy the playthrough of the 7 days I spent with you, and see you guys next time.